Women are strong, women are powerful, women have got the capacity to be themselves and much more. Today, I'm going to talk about the life of a woman, the things a woman can be and more. Good evening and welcome to this show. Udorabong Sam, I am so excited that you're able to be here. And I believe a whole lot of persons will find this video very interesting. Welcome once again. Now, like I said, I have done about 15 episodes of The Beautiful Woman. And while talking to my guests, different guests at every outing, I have learned a whole lot. Beyond what I have learned in the course of presenting my program, I have also come to know that women have a whole lot of issues, a whole lot of problems, and sometimes they don't know how to get out of it. Sometimes they don't even know how to cut themselves into it, and they are not making plans for themselves. When a woman gets married, when a man and a woman get married, they feel that God has answered their prayers. I remember a post I did in February. Well, it is answer to people's prayers. And God sure answers prayers when He gives you out in marriage. There was a post I did about 2 months or so ago, I remember, in which I said that marriage is reporting for duty. After the wedding, marriage begins. And when you get into marriage, like I said, you're reporting for duty. These are two people that have not known themselves and have agreed to come together to become husband and wife. During the time, I should say, was honeymoon and all that, getting to know themselves. It was a love affair kind of thing, and people didn't see beyond the love and the lives they will need to live. And when they settle into marriage, a lot of things pop up. A lot of things pop up. Man tells you that he's the head of house, and as such, you should live according to his dictates. You should live according to what he wants you, how he wants you to live. And in the course of doing that, you may end up having a whole lot of issues. Issues in the sense that you were not cut out for the kind of life you're going to live. You may have come out of a home where every Friday or Saturday your father lands plenty money on the table for your mom. And here you are, you walk into a marriage where your husband does not have to provide for you. Sometimes he has and he doesn't want to give. Sometimes he doesn't have. How are you prepared for that? Now, you also walk into a marriage, like something I saw last night on TV. And your husband is so carried away that he doesn't want to see you associate with people. He doesn't want you to have friends. He wants you out of the social media platform. And there you are. You've made a whole lot of friends. And making a whole lot of friends, you cannot but keep your friends. And then your husband decides otherwise. How do you handle it? And then you're a very sharp-mouthed person that anything you lay curses on your husband and you abuse him and all of that, and your husband wouldn't take all that from you, and he decides to be panel beating you every day. Women get into marriage and get into a lot of issues, and then you're so unlucky that you have a lot of friends that are high up there and you want to be like them. Perhaps your finances are not enough for you to be like them. How do you wriggle yourself out of it? And then you want to live a larger than life lifestyle that you want to send your children to very high schools, a very high standard of high school fee schools. You want to wear the best fabric in town, and yet maybe you earn as small as 30 to 50,000 a month. How do you handle that? There are so many issues, so many things women get into when they get married that they don't know how to handle. And it beats my imagination that someone will remain in such a situation years on ending, will remain in that situation 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, and 15 years. And then you suddenly become insane because your marriage is not working. You had plans for your marriage, you had plans as a woman, and it is not working the way you had thought it would work. You come face to face with the sudden departure of your spouse, and you hadn't kept anything for yourself. You don't even know how your husband's papers are, and you need to start from somewhere. How do you start? Where do we start from? I have said so many problems women face as they get into marriage. Where do I start from? I start from people that get into marriage and they lose it. As in, who provides food, who provides school fees, who provides the rent and all of that. First and foremost, let me tell you something. All marriages are not the same. Let me shout it again. All marriages are not the same. Your husband, your father may have provided for your home. Now your husband does not have, or he does not want to provide. How do you wriggle yourself out of it? Sister, what do you do for a living? What do you do for a living? Are you working? Did he say you should not work? Have you agreed not to work? If you have agreed not to work, you have yourself to blame. That's number one. He says, I don't want my wife to work. I want my wife to stay at home and all of that. If you have agreed not to work, that's number one failure that you have agreed for yourself. That's where you've put yourself in a dungeon. Stand up, dust your certificates if you have, and get yourself a job. When he is not ready to provide food for you, you can feed yourself. Get yourself a job. If you do not have certificates, there are businesses you can do. Let me tell you one thing. You don't need a whole lot of money to do business. There are some businesses you can start with as low as 20,000 naira. There are businesses you can start with as low as 10,000 naira. There are some you can do with 50,000 naira. You need to be able to turn around that 20,000 to be able to get into a business of 50,000 and 100,000. That's number one. That's aside. Number two, he does not want you to remain on the social media. You're going to lose it. You're going to lose it because those are the places you may get your connections if you do the kind of business that needs the connection. How do you handle yourself? He wants you over. Are you ready to quit those sites? Are they of immense benefit to you? If you are not able to quit it, then sit down and talk it out with him. I need Facebook. I need Instagram. I sell. I need to use those platforms to sell my product. Talk it out with him. Now, you are in an abusive marriage. He keeps punching you every day. He keeps doing all sort of stuff to you, and you're remaining there. You intend to stay. Do you intend to stay there and die inside there? What plans are you making for yourself? There is supposed to be what is called plan B. Year 1 is out. Year 2 is out. You're not keeping money for yourself. Are you well? You get the monies and you want to wear the best asoebi in town. You want to wear rewards. Certificates are not given to the best dress in events. Save for yourself. Save for your children. Save for your future. If tomorrow he boots you out of that marriage, where are you going to? Who do you think will loan you money to get yourself an accommodation or to start a business? Nobody will help you. Let me tell you, nobody, that your best friend will tell you, I just invested that money something, because they will not help you. So what are you going to do? Start keeping money for yourself. If you want to do thrift saving, if you want to do cooperative, if you want to save in the bank, get yourself savings and keep it for rainy days. That marriage can collapse any day. That marriage can collapse. We're not praying for that to happen. A lot of people, when they're being booted out, they take like everlasting to be able to be on their feet. Women, that time is far gone. That time is far gone. Put some money, save. How many times have I said it? Save, so that it can be of immense help to you. Now, like I said, you may suddenly lose your husband. He may walk away, or he may die. What have you put aside for yourself? And that brings me to one thing that happened to somebody I know. The husband had been into business. The husband did the business registrations, and he did not include the wife and the children in the registration, the business registration, and he passed suddenly. When they got to look at the business papers, the wife was not even a shareholder. She did not know anything about the business. It was now the in-laws that took over the business. Women, what are you doing? Your husband is doing deals of millions of money, and you don't know anything about it. You don't know anything about it. Who is the next of kin in your husband's business? And you, who is your next of kin? Who? Think. Save yourself from useless cries. Save yourself from irrelevant begging. Save yourself from having to be running to court and to elders and pastors to come and settle your case. Stand up. Go to your wardrobe or wherever your husband keeps his document. Talk with him and find out who is his next of kin. Find out who is his next of kin. Find out if your name is in the corporation of the business. Find out where you stand, so that when everything falls, God forbid, you know how to start. Some people cry because they don't know where to start from. They don't know where to start from. Learn to know where to start from by starting from where you are to move forward. Women, some people live beyond their means. How much do you earn a month? How much is your son's school fees? How much is your daughter's school fees? How much is your rent? If you earn, like I said, 30 to 50,000 naira a month, that's how much in a year. That's 360,000 naira in a year. How much is going for school fees? How much is going for your house rent? Tomorrow you will go around looking for who to beg to pay for your house rent. How long will you keep doing it? How long will you go on this cycle? If you are able to build yourself and stand now, that means you're ready to take that future that is ahead of you. If you are ready to be able to take care of your immediate needs, be able to take care of your children, take care of your home, that meets your immediate needs, that means you're ready to head on to the future. You have to lead at home before you can lead outside. Now, when you're done at home with all these ones I'm talking about, let's move into your development, self-development. When last were you in school? And having done your first degree or secondary school or school set, how have you improved yourself? When you speak English, do you listen? Are you making mistakes? Have you been comparing yourself to the people you hear that speak very well? Are there lapses you notice in yourself? And are you planning to correct those lapses? If leadership beckons, are you ready? If leadership beckons, are you ready? You may not be ready. The things may come, jobs may come, opportunities may come, leadership may come, but if you are not prepared, you cannot take it. If you want to forcefully put yourself there, within months, they will push you out. Within months, they will push you out. So if you are ready, you have been able to put your house in order, put your children in order, put your home in order, put your husband in order, you have been able to set your strategies, your priorities right, then you're ready to conquer the world. Women, leadership will not just be given to you on a platter of gold. Opportunities will not be given to you on a platter of gold. Women, you need to work for it. In the series of interviews I've done, some of those women achievers that have been able to make it despite all odds have told us that women need to work extra hard to prove that they have the capacities to do these things. Now, when they say working extra hard, it doesn't mean you have to kill yourself. It means you have to add discipline to who you are. Think faster than your peers. Think further. Think beyond where they stop. If everybody's stopping their thinking at A, try to think to B and C. So when they're looking for a solution, you prefer the solution. Think beyond what you can do for the now and think ahead. The world is moving. People are thinking. Woman, think. Think of how to better yourself. Think of how to be a better version of yourself. Women, I can't shout, but think. You're done with your first degree, but is that all you can do? You're looking for a job from government. You keep saying, I'm applying, I'm tired. What, are you sure you were called to be a civil servant? Supposing this job you're waiting for, you cannot get it in the next 3 to 5 years. How are you prepared to take on this world? How are you prepared to put food on your table? How are you prepared to clothe your family? Women, think. Think. When men abuse you verbally and abuse you physically, perhaps because you are, according to them, you're so inconsequential, you've not brought anything to the table. But when your husband is buying the television and you're buying the freezer, woman, you have a worth. When your husband is buying the television and you're buying the freezer, woman, you have a worth. Good. Thank you, Udwarabong, for joining. Ekomomo, Unwana Itorudofia. I've seen some names here. Thank you for joining. Please share it, so people can learn. I get so mad at women that just fold their hands and they had graduated so many years ago and they're like waiting for work from government, waiting for when employment will be open and all of that. You cannot, and I want to repeat, because it has got to do with your success, not just living every day as it comes, but planning strategically to be the best version of yourself. Women, your life, your future is in your hands. Women, people are thinking at night. People wake up in the night to think of what they can do, what value they can add to themselves, what they can do differently. 5 people can line up doing the same product, selling on the same block of shops, but one or two people can make better sales. How come they're selling more? What have they added? There is what is called extra that is added to the ordinary to make extraordinary. What extra thing can you add to your ordinary degree to make you different? What extra thing can you add to your ordinary thoughts process to make it different? What extra thing can you add to that thing you use your hands to do as an entrepreneur to make it different? Woman, it is what you can do that will make you an asset in your home, that will make you respected by your in-laws, that will make you to be called a successful woman, that will make you to be called a successful woman. So I get so pained when I see big women come around. They have eyelashes fixed, nails, all of that done all over them. They call it bone straight. I don't know. I've not worn it before. I don't know. but they say it's bone straight, and that's the latest in the market, and it's very expensive. Some go out for as much as 200,000 naira. You use a whooping 200,000 naira to buy hair, and then you don't even earn as much as 50,000 naira a month. Are you well? You use 700 and something thousand to buy phone, and yet someone is paying your school fees. Are you sane? Are you sane? Don't you know that that money put in business can bring some more money for you? And then I saw one day I was in a church somewhere. Someone came to give testimony, all with hair, nails, eyelashes, and all of that, about how broke she had been and how this and that, and things have been so difficult, that this and that she's looking for someone to help her add money to pay her school fees, rent. My God. Let me tell you, woman, in case you don't know, there are things you do, there are things you say. There's a way you beg and you become a disgrace to your generation. There's a way you beg. You beg a man for money. There's a way you beg a man for money and you become a disgrace to your parents, to your generation. And see, I cannot even blame some of you because it is from your home. Perhaps that's the kind of training your mother gave you. But you can make a difference by teaching your children differently. I want to raise an empowered woman. I want to raise a knowledgeable woman. I want to inspire a woman to be the best she can be. To be the absolute best she can be. And I want to see if I can get people contribute to this discussion, and then we can take this discussion further than here. I want to encourage as many as have heard what I have said today to think of what to do. As many people as think of what to do and need support to be able to engage constructively, I'll be most delighted to raise a platform that can build and inspire women. May God help us in Jesus' mighty name. Amen.